Oh, the experience I had teaching Michael Vey was wonderful. All of the students were totally into the book and they enjoyed reading it, and I think it's probably the first novel that I've taught with my students where everyone wanted to read the book.
The first time I read Michael Vey, I thought, I need to get this book into the hands of my students.
It didn't take them 10 pages to get thoroughly involved with this book, and many of them finished in a day or two.
2 days into the book, I remember kids coming in and saying, hey, I already finished the book. And you know, that didn't happen very often.
It is one of my favorite books ever. I loved it.
I couldn't put down the book once I started to read it.
Oh, it was a great book. Like, honestly, I haven't read a nice science fiction book that good for a really long time.
It's just one of those books that, you know, you just really get into and you can't put down.
I'm not really excited about reading books for school, but once we started reading this, I got really into it, and I started reading ahead in chapters, and I just really liked it.
I had students that would come before school and sit in the classroom to read the book.
By the third day reading this book, my students were coming before school. They were coming before the bell rang.
I had one student who even offered to give me his lunch money if I would just let him take the book.
Well, when I first got the book, I just thought it was another English assignment. But when I started reading, I was running class every day, trying to beat the other kids to read the book.
Michael Vey changed my perspective on these reading literature books because it was a really good book and I really liked it. And it would definitely be on my recommendation list to other schools to read.
It's one of the best books I've ever read, and I've read a lot of books.
I don't really like to read much, but this book really got me into reading.
Well, as a middle school English teacher, I'm always looking for that book that gets the attention of reluctant male readers. And this is one that really worked for them. So it was fun to have a book that not only the girls were interested in, but the boys were too.
This was like way better than any book I've ever read for school, because usually the books for school are a little slow or a little this, there's always something. But this book was really fast-paced and fun to read.
I thought it was a really great book because it shows that being different isn't always a bad thing, and then actually sometimes it can be to your advantage.
One of the things that I enjoyed about teaching Michael Vey was the way in which the characters evolved, and we could use those events and those choices that different characters made and the development of those characters, the changes they went through, to talk about a lot of other things that would be happening to kids in real life.
And it gives you the point of view from today's teens and some of the problems that they face.
It was very interesting, and it kept you guessing and kept you on the edge of your seat the whole time.
It was full of adventure.
I've never had this kind of response with a book in my class, and I've read some excellent novels.
For 45 or 50 minutes, you could hear a pin drop on this carpeted floor.
It made readers out of 180 kids.
It was a true learning experience.
They did just about anything they could to read that book, anytime they could. I had many students who were at D's or F's, and this really caught their attention and their interest. And every assignment we did for this book, they would complete the assignment and have A's on the assignment because they were so into the book.
I got addicted to it.
Every student loved it. Every student loved the book.
I have one student who's read the book 10 times.
I've read Michael Vey 10 times. Yeah, I'm working on my 11th time right now.